Hi everyone, this is Maggie from Journaling with Maggie. Thank you for stopping by to see me today. I really do appreciate it. This should be a fairly short video. I'm just going to do a flip through of the journal that I've been working on, Childish Memories. And then I had said that I had the idea of, for my next journal, putting some of the topics or themes that I've been thinking about doing in a little basket or bowl. I have this little basket and drawing one out, and then that will be the next journal that I work on. But before I start that journal, I'm going to be making a project for my new great-grandson. Big announcement. Yesterday I became a great-grandmother of an 8-pound, 8-ounce baby boy of my granddaughter who lives in Alabama. So my I'm so happy about that. Her mom left Houston today with her family to travel to Alabama to be with Annie for a few days and to see her and the baby. So congratulations all around. Okay, so let's just start with this journal. This is the front cover. I'm not finished with it yet, but it was far. I could do enough that I could put my tie on. I want to embellish this some more. I've been thinking about how I want to embellish it, so I'm not quite sure yet. But I will finish embellishing it, and then I can show you that again at a later time. But other than that, the journal is finished. Now, interesting fact, it may seem a little odd, I'm not quite sure, but I didn't know what to put on the cover, and I went through some old pictures that I had downloaded and saved, and this is actually a photograph, or a professional photograph of myself when I was, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years old. Funny thing, my my mother and father, probably particularly my father, they thought maybe we lived in Southern California in the Los Angeles, Hollywood area, and my father, for some reason, thought that I might be the next great Shirley Temple or something. I couldn't sing or dance or do any of that, though I had none of those talents. But anyway, when the photographer was taking the pictures, this was not a posed, this particular one was not posed. It just was a photo. I was probably unhappy. I didn't want to be photographed. I think it had something to do with a little purse, because my mom made all my clothes, and she always made little bonnets and purses to go with the dresses. I kind of remember my mother telling me that I wanted that little purse, and the photographer didn't want me holding it in his next shot. So this was the result of being told no, and he just happened to snap the picture at the right moment. And then this particular photograph went on to win him a first class or first prize award in some contest. I do not know any of those details, but the photograph did end up hanging in a art gallery in Denver, Colorado. I don't know whatever happened to it. I don't think my family ever saw it again, but I just thought that was kind of interesting, my claim to fame. Okay, so I've tied this with just, I think this is like a chiffon ribbon. I really like it. It doesn't have a lot of stretch to it, but it is nice. It holds its shape. It doesn't fray on the ends, and it ties a pretty decent bow. You know, if I was a better bow tire, it would look better, but this is my closure. Okay, inside the front pocket, I have this little tag. It's actually a spot with some journaling paper in it and several little journaling cards. So there is a lot of journaling space in this journal, And there's a lot of room for if I did gift it or ended up selling it at some point, there's a lot of space for a person to add their own touches to it and embellish it how they would like to with their own photographs. We have some lace on some of the pages. I don't put lace on all of the pages, but I think it looks nice. I like it sticking out both on the bottom and the sides. I did add, well, we'll get there in a minute. So this is just a pocket. This is an embossed tag, 2 embossed tags. I know you can't see the embossing. I can't even see it when I look at the screen. But I love the feel of this embossing, not only the feel, but the look. And then a big journaling card. And I think this little pocket just is adorable. Some ruffle here on the side. More journaling space. Now, I don't coffee or tea dye. I wish I did, but it's just not something I'm interested in doing. So I use the digital for that, and it works just fine. But there's something about tea or coffee dyed paper. I have bought some from the seller on Etsy, and I really like it because it has that little bit of crunchy sound and texture to it. So there is a lot of benefit in coffee or tea dyeing your own paper, I think. I just have been interested in doing it. So again, lots of writing space. This is a hidden paper clip that I made. I did not embellish this a lot. It's not a large hidden paper clip. It's just small. I wanted something to hold this little flip out in, and this flips out with 3 little cards. It has some fabric hinges, which are fun. These little hidden paper clips are so easy and fun to make. This is my Franken paper with a belly band and this little folio on it. I go a little folio crazy. What I need to do, and I tied it with some baker's twine. I'm not sure how I got this pink and white, but I have it. I have quite a big roll of it, actually. I'm quite a fan of these folios. I like to put them in journals. They are fun to take out. Somebody could put this in their purse if they wanted to and take it to do shopping, or if they're going on a short day trip or something, take it to make some notes of their trip and put receipts and stuff in here. So it's got this little journaling, small journaling. It's got a pocket back here for some journaling cards. Now, the thing about these are, it does add a lot of bulk to the journal, and I originally had a different sort of tie on it, but it did make it even more bulkier, so I switched it out for this baker's twine, and it does work better. I intentionally did not stuff this with a lot of tags and journaling cards because of these elements that do make it puffier. Here's another sweet little pocket with some embossed cards, embossed tags, which I think turned out really cute. And again, I know you cannot see the embossing, and I apologize. And then this cute little journaling card. And these tags, even though they're embossed, they can be written on the back. I backed them with some of that children's drawing paper, and you can still feel it a little bit, but it really does do a good job of just making a smooth, even writing area. Here's this little paper bag that I embellished and put some little journaling cards. Here's this tag. And I think I like this. It is embossed and it is backed. But this again makes it a little bulkier. It's got this, oh gosh, it's got this pearl on it, and it really does kind of stick out. You can still journal on the back of this because of the backing. But in hindsight, I wish I maybe would have just taken this off and put like a flat back pearl on it. And I may do that. I may see if I can just cut it off. I think it's, not sure if it's glued or sewn on then. I may put something flat on there so it doesn't puff out this pocket as much. This is another little fold out. It has some journaling space, again, a belly band. Isn't that just the cutest thing? And these little girls and some little boys. Looks like maybe a birthday party. My saying up here says, for in every adult dwells the child that was, and in every child there lies the adult that will be. That's something we have to remember when we're raising children. We're raising them to be functioning adults, and parenting is such an important job. So this is the back. This is just, it was one journaling page that I decided not to use in the journal because of how the children were placed on the page. So I just cut it in two and did this with it. I think it's cute. Another little embossed card. Oh, again, we talked about that one with the pearl on there that I think I'm going to take off. This is a vintage music sheet. The last journal I made, I put a piece of vintage music in it, and it really cracked a lot. I had to do a lot of surgery on it to know that it would stay. But this one's a little sturdier. Some tracing paper, I love that. This is one of the journals, one of the charms that I made the other day. Right here. Find something to, and a piece of cloth here. This is, one of the charms. And I just put it through this piece of lace. Kind of hangs out the top. Here's an envelope that I made with a little pocket here, with just some little small pieces of ephemera in it. I put lots of little cards and things that a person could decorate with if they chose to do that. Here's a tuck spot. This piece happens to be a tuck spot and a pocket with a tag and some very cute journaling cards. This was a fun journal to make because the children are just so cute. Another little pocket. This was made from old book page. Shy little girl. And little journaling cards. This is how they used to weigh babies in the olden days. So cute. So cute. I really like this journal. I I think there's some things that I could have done better, that I could maybe made that I could have changed a little bit. But that's how it is. You move forward and you learn from what you do to how to improve it and do better. Here's a cute picture of mother and child. Another embossed tag. This is just a little pocket that came with one of the kits. I think I used 2 or 3 kits. And again, if you're interested in any of these pages, please leave me a comment and I will be glad to either try to link them or at least to give you that information. Here's the other side of the music page. The other side of the little brown paper bag with some little journaling cards in it. This is another tuck spot and a tag. The saying says the best way to create the future is to create it. Abraham Lincoln. That's so true. And then some little journaling cards. Franken paper with this cute little baby on here. Embossed card. Some embossed tag and then some, oops, I lose a piece of paper there. And then some journaling cards. This, the reason I didn't cut this off, this must have been a print. It says number 24.260/1922, and it's apparently Heidi. I thought that was cute. It's part of one of the kits. I cannot take credit for finding that. Then we have a sweet little card pocket here. Journaling space galore. Here's another folio that I may need to do some work on. I'm not sure I'm liking the way this is sticking on there, but it says all things grow with love. And this just opens up like this. It has a belly band with some journaling cards in it. A pocket here, a little pocket here, and then these little side pockets with some tags in them that you can just pull out with this crinkle. Okay. And then a pocket on the back, and then this is also a pocket for a journaling card with a tab on top. Let's just close this up like this. And again, this was inspired by Pam at Silver and Sparkles. She is really creative with her one-page wonders. And this is my little waterfall. I love these intros. I just think they're so much fun. So this is how this works. You just pull down on this and then close it back up. I mean, I could just sit and do this. And I was, for whatever reason, I talked about this when I was working on it a bit, But I was really intimidated by these until I finally did one and realized there was nothing to be intimidated by. But, you know, isn't that the case with a lot of things in life? And then we're to the end. This is this, I guess you could call it a tag, but it's kind of camouflaged here. Got several, maybe there's about 6 pages of extra journaling spot. And then this can just go right back in here. Well, it can be, I didn't glue this into the book. It can be journaled on the back. And to every child, I dream of a world where you can laugh, dance, sing, learn, live in peace, and be happy. And last but not least is our writing board. These are very simple. I don't embellish them because they're meant to be used to put behind a page so you can journal. So you just want to be flat and nice and firm. So there you go. That's our Childish Memories journal. I'm quite happy with it. There are some things I wish I would have done differently. There's a couple of things that I can and will change. But for the most part, I really, really like it a lot. It was fun to make, and I may make another one of these. This is another one of the charms. It has a little pink rose on the bottom. And then there's 2 charms here. These are from the middle where the journal was tied, where the signature was sewn in. So there you have it. Now the next thing I'm going to work on, because my daughter is going to see the baby today, then she'll be going again next week, so I hope to finish this in just a few days. I made this for my little granddaughter that I'm so in love with, and it's just a mini journal, a mini album where you can put pictures, whatever you want to put. Some of these were this was a die cut. All this on the cover were die cuts except for this. It's a little wooden piece of confetti stuff. I don't know how else to call it. It's got enough space for about 12 months. There's the journaling. And there's one of these for every month that go in these pockets, or in the front pocket or the back pocket. So this one just has 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, a pocket in front, pocket in back, and a little tucks on each page. So I'm going to be working on this. Before I made this was another thing that I was really intimidated by. I thought, I am never going to be able to do this. But I found once I started on it, it was really very, very simple and easy to do. Miss Lori from the Old Paper Lady is the one that made the tutorial that I followed, and she just explained everything so well that it was not that challenging, and I enjoyed making it. So I'm going to make one of these for new baby, my new great-grandson, and I'm going to be using Stamperia little boy scrapbooking papers. I really enjoy Stamperia scrapbook papers. They come out with such nice designs, and I just really enjoy working with them. So I'm going to make this on camera, but I'm going to do some of my cutting and scoring off camera, so it will go together a little bit faster. Now the last thing I'm going to do, I had said for my next journal I was going to put the things I wanted to make a journal, possibly make a journal on, and put them in a basket or a little bowl or something. Well, I've got this pink basket here. So one is hummingbirds. I love hummingbirds. Hummingbirds were my mother's favorite bird. I want to make a nurse journal. Now, I made a nurse journal last year, but I wasn't happy with it. It's very thick and cumbersome. It's like I was trying to give the history of nursing, and I realized after I made it that that's not what making a junk journal is really all about. You know, it's just about using a theme and enjoying it and hoping that somebody else might enjoy it. So I want to make another nursing one, but with a different flavor to it. I want to make an Irish journal. Again, last year I made one on Ireland. Same thing happened with that one. I just got carried away with it, and it was more of like I was trying to tell them all about Ireland. My son-in-law is from Ireland, so my granddaughter is half Irish, and after my husband passed away last year, we took a trip to Ireland, and I loved it there. I enjoyed it so much. It's a very small country, but it's a beautiful country, so full of rich history and the rugged, beautiful coastlines. It truly is the Emerald Isle. So I want to make another Irish themed journal at some point. And at some point I'd like to make a pink journal. I made a blue journal at one point, and I just finished a purple journal before this. And I enjoyed that. I enjoyed doing that. So I want to do one of those at some point. Although now that since I've just made this little girl book, I don't know if I want to do that one right away. I may set that actually aside. Is this it? I don't know. Yeah, I may set that aside for now because I really don't want to tack another pink journal. I want to make a library journal. My daughter-in-law is she has her master's degree in libraries, master's degree in library sciences or master's degree in, I'm not sure what is the exact title, but she does work as a school teacher, librarian in an elementary school. I want to do a wildflowers and a Green Gables. When my youngest daughter were younger, we used to read the book every night, Anne of Green Gables. I would read a portion and then she would read a portion. My husband was a long-distance truck driver, so he was gone a lot. And I worked at the hospital, so when I came home from work, we would eat and sit and read Anne of Green. That was one of the books we read, Anne of Green Gables, and watch the movie. And I want to make a ladybugs journal. I've always loved ladybugs for some reason. And I live in Texas. I'm not a native of Texas, but I do love this state. I love the people. So I want to make a Texas journal. I made a couple of cowboy journals last week, but they were not last year, but they were not Texas journals. And I want to make a Marie Antoinette journal. My daughter and I, in 2019, we went to Paris. We flew to Paris on Christmas Eve. We were in Paris for Christmas Eve, and then we did a car trip, like all around some of the European countries. There were some we didn't go into, but we did see an awful lot. It was a wonderful trip, and we enjoyed it so very much. But one of the things that we were that we loved the best, especially about Paris, was Versailles. And we visited there. We spent the day there. It was amazing and so beautiful. And it's something that we both want to go back to and hope to do that. But I would like to make a journal about Marie Antoinette. So I'm gonna just shake these up. I really do not know what is what in here. I'm not gonna peek. I wish I had a mysterious hand to come in and pick for me, but I don't. So I'm just going to pick and see what we get. What do we have here? Okay, we have library. So my next journal is going to be a library journal. And I'm going to make this in honor of my daughter. And it should be fun. I really don't have anything. I'm going to need to gather some supplies for this, so I will do that, and I will let you know what supplies I am gathering. So thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. I really would like to grow this channel. I would like to become an active part of this community, and it would help me so much if you would hit that subscribe button and like the video. And if you don't like it, give me a thumbs down or leave me a constructive criticism comment on how I could improve to make it more interesting or compelling for you to watch. So have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Do something fun if you're going to craft today. Enjoy your crafting. This is Thursday, and this video is going to come out this afternoon. Normally I put one out at midnight, but I wasn't able to do that today because I watched my sweet little granddaughter most of the day, or most of the afternoon yesterday, and it just got too late for me to go ahead and film one. Plus, I needed to finish this journal. That's the main reason, was I wanted to finish my Childish Memories journal so that I could do a flip through today and kind of put it to rest. So thank you again. Be blessed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.